The notion that global warming is a satanic mission to undermine Jesus is a concept that has been circulating among certain Christian circles. This idea posits that the forces of darkness, led by Satan, are using the issue of climate change to undermine the teachings of Jesus Christ and ultimately lead humanity away from God. While this idea may seem far-fetched to some, it is essential to examine the underlying themes and motivations that drive this narrative. At its core, the concept of global warming as a satanic mission is rooted in the idea that Satan is a master of deception, seeking to lead humanity astray from the path of righteousness. Proponents of this idea argue that by manipulating the global conversation around climate change, Satan is able to distract humanity from the true issues of spiritual importance, such as the teachings of Jesus Christ. By creating a sense of urgency and panic around the issue of climate change, Satan is able to shift the focus away from the spiritual realm and onto the physical world, thereby undermining the authority of Jesus. One of the primary ways in which this is achieved, according to proponents of this idea, is through the dissemination of false or misleading information about climate change. By spreading lies and half-truths about the causes and consequences of global warming, Satan is able to create a sense of confusion and uncertainty, leading many to question the authority of Scripture and the teachings of Jesus. This, in turn, can lead to a decline in faith and a decrease in the influence of Christianity in the public sphere. Another way in which global warming is seen as a satanic mission is through the promotion of pagan or earth-worshipping ideologies. Some proponents of this idea argue that the emphasis on environmentalism and sustainability is, in fact, a thinly veiled attempt to promote a form of nature worship, which is antithetical to the teachings of Jesus. By elevating the natural world to a position of reverence and worship, Satan is able to lead humanity away from the one true God and towards a form of idolatry. Furthermore, the idea of global warming as a satanic mission is also linked to the concept of global governance and the New World Order. Some proponents of this idea believe that the push for global cooperation and collective action on climate change is, in fact, a precursor to a one-world government, which would be antagonistic to the teachings of Jesus. By promoting a sense of global citizenship and shared responsibility, Satan is able to lay the groundwork for a future world government that would be hostile to Christianity and the values of the Bible. While this idea may seem extreme or even paranoid to some, it is essential to recognize that it is rooted in a deep-seated fear of the unknown and a desire to protect the teachings of Jesus. For many Christians, the idea of global warming as a satanic mission is a way of making sense of a rapidly changing world and the perceived attacks on their faith. By framing the issue of climate change in terms of a spiritual struggle between good and evil, proponents of this idea are able to find meaning and purpose in the face of uncertainty. In conclusion, the notion that global warming is a satanic mission to undermine Jesus is a complex and multifaceted concept that reflects a deep-seated fear of the unknown and the desire to protect the teachings of Jesus. While this idea may not be universally accepted, it is essential to recognize the underlying themes and motivations that drive this narrative. By examining the ways in which Satan is perceived to be manipulating the global conversation around climate change, we can gain a deeper understanding of the spiritual struggles that underlie this issue and the ways in which faith and ideology intersect with the natural world.